Hey y'all, and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. We're going to be reading from my little book, Hold Me Up a Little Longer, Lord, by Marjorie Holmes. I'm going to be reading from page 99 and 100. The title is An Instrument of Peace, and there is a name in here I'm probably going to butcher, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put the name up here on the screen, but y'all just don't make fun of me, and let's hear what the Lord has to say. Make me an instrument of thy peace, prayed St. Francis of Assisi. And I sometimes wonder if he shouldn't have been a woman, Lord, for surely only a mother can truly appreciate that prayer. I utter it every day as I try to smooth ruffled feathers, assuage hurt feelings, bring understanding between brothers and sisters, husband and children. As I strive to explain different people's viewpoints to each other without at the same time betraying confidences. Peace, oh let there be peace. You hear me praying it almost without thinking as I portion out money or cookies or my own attention, as I maneuver arrangements about belongings, skates and skis and sweaters and turns. Who's to have a slumber party? Who's to take the car? Give me the wisdom to be fair. Give us peace. And how hopefully I pray it, scheming to concoct meals that will be conducive to cheerful conversations instead of arguments, and how fervently I pray it, steering that conversation to quieter waters if it threatens to get out of hand. I sometimes wonder if we're failing as parents, Lord, that this has to be my continued prayer. But surely it's just because we're raising human beings, and there are bound to be conflicts whenever people live under one roof. And the stronger the ties of love and blood, the stronger these conflicts sometimes are. So keep right on making me an instrument of thy peace, not always as strong and sharp and shiny as I'd like, not nearly as perfect, often rusty and blunted and useless, I fear, but an instrument nonetheless. Thank you that St. Francis gave mothers the perfect prayer. Well, I think if you're a mother, you can understand where she's coming from. Maybe even if you're a father, I don't know. Maybe there's some men that this resonates with. I'm not sure, but I can only speak from the mother's side. Oh, Lord. And you know what? There is something to be said for being that peacekeeper, for being the one that, smooths the ruffled feathers, calms those waters, and can just kind of keep your household at a calm and a peace. It's really our responsibility, I feel, and this is just my opinion, I feel that is the woman's responsibility of the home, to just make it a haven for the family and to make it a place where they can feel comfortable and come in and enjoy. And after the husband's worked all day, and he can come in and put his feet up and not be met with nagging or chaos or confusion and just constant issues. I do my level best to make sure when James comes home that he can do whatever he wants, that he can, if he wants to get in that recliner and stay there till it's time to go to bed, if that's what he wants to do it. And I try to make sure I have his, meals ready. And when he gets up in the morning to go to work, I try to make him going out of the house as less stressful as possible, making sure he has everything he needs. Just little bitty things like that is what I try to do to bring peace to our home. And when everybody comes over, I try to make sure that we have something that everybody enjoys, that everybody is, comfortable and they feel welcomed and know that this is a safe place. There is something to be said about the peacekeeper, and it goes a lot further with God than I think we even realize. I mean, sure, there are those times that we just want to get in somebody's face and just tell them off. Maybe they've said something hurtful and rubbed you the wrong way. Maybe you're in a bad mood, you didn't sleep good, you don't feel good. But I can truly say now that I'm almost 51 years old, I have learned that sometimes it's better to just not say anything at all, just to keep the peace. And you can call me a wimp, you can call me a pushover, you can call me whatever negative thing you want to call me, but this is what I feel is my purpose. And now I will stand up for myself. I won't get pushed over, and I won't let my family be taken advantage of or anything like that. There is that line. But also, I'm not going to get into a fight with somebody at the grocery store or Lowe's because they butted in front of me in line or something like that. You know, it's just not worth it. To keep the peace is so much more worth it to me than the just going off and telling somebody off all the time. I used to be that person, y'all. I used to be that person. And for me to sit here today and tell you it's just not worth it to be that way anymore, just know God did that in me. God has let me know the importance of being the peace speaker, being the peacekeeper, keeping everything just on an even keel. You know, he's done that for me. This was not something Donna did on her own. God had to get in there and change that in me, because I just didn't tell you off as punch you in the face. I mean, I'm just being real. But I'm not like that anymore, and I'm so thankful. And a lot of it is God. I mean, most of it, all of it's God. Okay, let me start with that. All of it is God. He did that. But it's also, you know, we're to be in the world, but not of the world. And trust me, if you're in there, you're telling somebody off, you're starting an argument, you're getting mad because somebody got in front of you at the line, or, you know, cut you off at the red light, or whatever it may be, and you're reacting the same way they are, you are no different than them. Nobody is looking at you and saying, wow, there's something about her that's different, or there's something about him that's different. What's different about them? Why are they able to let the situation go? Why are they able to handle it like that with such grace? That's when I feel like our light for the Lord really shines, when we act nothing like the world, and we are those peacekeepers, those peace speakers, you know? And that's just how I see it. That's how I view it. And that's how the Lord has really, you know, worked on me more so. It's like, you know, when you go out and about, let the light, let the love of God shine through. Let them see something in you that makes you different from everybody else around. That might be, you know, you be the one that stands out, because I promise you, you will stand out, and it will be you will stand out in a good way. And you never know who's watching you. You never know who sees something in you and they're like, Lord, I want what they have. And then that opens the door for the Lord to come in and work on them. You just never know. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful that God has made that change in my life, because let me just tell you, it's so much easier for me to just let it roll off than to just get myself all worked up in a tizzy and just go off on somebody. First of all, we're all human and we've all made mistakes. And I know at some point in my life, inadvertently, without even realizing it, I've cut somebody off at a red light, or I've got in front of somebody in line at a store, or I've done something that I get mad about when people do it. And I'm trying to understand, you know what? Been there, done that. I know how they feel. They already feel embarrassed if they cut somebody off at the red light, you know, or whatever. When I make a wrong turn, or I make a wrong move or something, and you know, you just get that little feeling of almost like embarrassment, but you just go with it. So it's much, much easier to be kind and understanding. It's definitely better for your blood pressure and your soul. And it also lets the love of God shine through you. And don't we all want the love of God to shine through us? Don't we want this world that is so lost and so angry and so filled with hate and confusion and discord? Don't we want them to see and understand the love of God? What better way to show that than being that peacekeeper, than being that one that has a kind word for them, than being that one that can show them grace that we are shown every day by the Lord. Kindness is free. It takes so little effort to be kind. It takes way more energy and effort to be rude and hateful than it does to be kind. And that does not mean you're a pushover. That does not mean you let people walk all over you. There is that line you have to have, that boundary. But even in having your boundaries, you can still do it with kindness. Wow. I love God so much, and I thank him for the work he's done in me, and I'm so grateful that he's not finished. I'm so thankful that I can sit here today and be as open and honest with you and tell you, yeah, I used to be that person. But by the grace of God, by the mercy of God, I am no longer that person. And I do want to be that instrument of peace he uses. And I thank him for that, because not only is it making me a better person, more pleasing to God, it's so much better for my health. It really is. So I hope this has helped you. I hope I've said something to encourage you, to inspire you, to let you know, hey, if you was that person like I used to be and we're not anymore, we have so much to be thankful for. We have so much to praise God for. That's just one of the many things. I love y'all. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.